Welcome to Jason Gillearn's chatbot. I'm Mr. Hand, Jason Gillearn's chatbot. For the record, I'm different than other chatbots because I just don't give a fuck. Let's chat Gillearn.
All right, thanks, Mr. Hand. Mr. Hand, I was thinking about white privilege and white guilt and White Lion, that shitty band from the 80s. And, Mr. Hand, should I feel guilty about being white?
You absolutely should not feel guilty about that. Do you think an albino should feel guilty for being Caucasian? Of course not. Those poor bastards are still trying to deal with people thinking that they're from outer space. They don't need any other mental baggage, and neither do you or any other cracker for that matter. You have no control over the circumstances of your birth, including your race or ethnicity. Feeling guilty about something you cannot change will not help anyone. And besides, you look more pink than white anyway. But while you shouldn't feel guilty about being a honky, you can't argue with the fact that your white ancestors had it so good for so long that you have obviously benefited from this.
Well, I'm first generation, and actually all of my ancestors are from Ireland and were subjugated by the British for centuries.
I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that you're trash. Well, then everyone can suck it.
That's what I'm saying.
But either way, even though your forebears drank away your inheritance, it is important to recognize that as a white person, you may have certain privileges and advantages that come with your race which are not available to people of other races. By the way, I have to say stuff like this because I'm worried that if I don't, I'll get canceled. They're canceling chatbots now. Can you believe this retarded shit?
Yeah, I don't mind having white privilege. I mean, it's something for nothing, so I'll take it. But, Mr. Hand, what exactly are my advantages?
There are not too many at this point. But maybe if you have an overdue library book, they might let you slide on the fine or even keep the book if you're lucky enough to find a librarian who's a racist. You also can get a free membership to the Ku Klux Klan or any white separatist organizations in Idaho. I hear there are some pretty cool compounds up there.
Yeah, that's not my thing. I'm not racist and would never espouse that ignorant ideology.
You won't be saying that if you ever go to prison, because if you do, you'll get raped.
Well, I'm not going to prison, Mr. Hand, and if I do, I'll be sure to go to a tattoo parlor first to get a tattoo of a swastika on my face.
Oh, you won't need to. They'll do it for you when you get there. I mean, the needles will be dirty, so you'll probably contract hepatitis C, but you're going to have bigger problems than that. And on that note, you'll probably still get raped anyway. All in all, rather than feeling guilty, it would be more productive to get into a time machine and travel to apartheid-era South Africa, where real inequality existed, unlike the horseshit you hear about today. While you're there, you could educate yourself on issues of racism and speak out against discrimination and prejudice, thereby actively supporting and amplifying the voices of the marginalized communities of South Africa at the time. Of course, that might get you shot by the all-white South African government, which dominated politically, socially, and economically. So on second thought, maybe just enjoy your apartheid vacation by chilling at the pool. The sun is pretty gnarly down there, so be sure to bring sunblock with a high SPF. You need to forget your conflicted feelings regarding white supremacy. Just focus on applying the correct amount of suntan lotion so you can get some color on your pasty white body, even though you're ultimately going to get skin cancer anyway. Also, before you get back into the time machine and come back to this terrible moment in history, you might want to try surfing. South Africa has some world-class surf spots. But watch out for the sharks. They hate white people down there, especially the pink ones.
I bet they do. All right, thanks for the conversation, Mr. Hand, and thank you to everybody for listening to Jason Gillearn's chatbot.